Scientists with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, have confirmed the discovery of a new gelatinous marine animal just off the coast of Puerto Rico. The species of ctenophore was first seen during a remote underwater expedition in 2015. They are also known as comb jellies. The researchers described the creature as resembling a hot air balloon that moves across the sea floor. NOAA says it's the first time scientists have identified a new species using only high-definition video. For more on this, let's bring in Dr. Michael Ford. He is an oceanographer with NOAA Fisheries. He's also one of the scientists who made the discovery. Dr. Ford, welcome. Thanks so much for being with us. What more can you tell us about this new species of comb jelly?
Sure. It was one of the first times that we've described a new species using exclusively the video from our remotely operated vehicle. And the species itself is a comb jelly. And it was a remarkably different type of animal that we hadn't seen typically on our dive. So it was very exciting to work with my colleagues, Alan Collins at NOAA Fisheries and Nick Vezio at the California State University at Monterey to describe this discovery that we found in the deep ocean.
Well, so comb jellies, as I understand, are actually not related to jellyfish. What are the differences between the two species?
That's right. They are different. Typically, when people say jellyfish, they're usually referring to medusae, those animals that look like an umbrella that you might encounter at the beach. Comb jellies are different. They have a lot of rows of cilia in these combs, and that's what helps move them around. And typically, the comb jellies do not have the same type of stinging cells that you'd find on other forms of jellyfish.
Well, why is this specific discovery so unique, and how long did it actually take?
Yeah, it's a great discovery. The big unique part was that we did do it virtually, that we did do it exclusively by using video from the remotely operated vehicle. As typical on expeditions, we would collect a sample, bring it back to the laboratory, and study it under the microscope. We would do genetic analysis on it. That was not possible at this particular time. Our remotely operated vehicle in 2015 did not actually have the device to sample an animal like this. So we poured through the high-definition video that we collected. The expedition, which was orchestrated by the NOAA Office of Ocean Exploration and Research, has a remotely operated vehicle that has incredible capabilities. The resolution is so fantastic that we were able to analyze it and describe the different characteristics of this animal. And that we found this animal at 4,000 meters, just 38 kilometers north of Puerto Rico, was a fantastic opportunity to bring this information about the ocean to bear.
You know, I happen to love the ocean. I'm a certified scuba diver. I love all things water. And I think when you talk about how deep this discovery was and the way in which you made the discovery, I wonder if you might give our viewers some context of how vast this ocean is and how much of it remains unexplored and how so much of it is really still a mystery to people who've been studying it their entire lives.
Yeah, the ocean is absolutely vast, and I can say it's almost completely unexplored. We're talking about a volume of the ocean that is, on average, about 2.5 to 3 miles deep. It covers 3/4 of our globe, and that is the largest biome. It's the largest area that can inhabit life on our planet, and we've barely scratched the surface on exploring it. You know, at NOAA Fisheries, we are charged with the stewardship of, the ocean's marine resources. And, it's such a large area to look at. So when you think about the fact that we had an opportunity to be part of an expedition that would dive to 4,000 meters, almost 2.5 miles down, and explore and find what's going on here and find this new form of life there, we were just very proud and excited to bring this new description of the ocean to the country.
I mean, when you say it in that way, 2.5 miles. So if someone took their car, drove it 2.5 miles beneath the surface of the ocean, that's how far down this particular creature was. And the question now, Mike, is what kind of possibilities does this raise, this particular discovery, about what else might actually be down there?
Yeah, it is. One thing that we learned is that every time we take one of these dives with our remotely operated vehicle, every time we explore, every time we survey the deep ocean, we typically find new things. And that keeps telling us that there are so many different forms of life in the ocean that we've yet to encounter. And to be able to go down here, to be able to find this, indicates for us that there's just an abundance of new life that we haven't encountered. But our questions are just flooding our minds now now that we've encountered this animal and we've named it, and we've described it in the literature. Now we're wondering what role does it play in the marine food web? What role does it play in the ecology of the deep ocean? What does it do down there? How does it make its living? And that's, I think, the exciting part of discoveries like this that we make at NOAA, that we can begin to develop an understanding of how the ocean works and use that understanding to improve our daily lives.
Dr. Michael Ford with NOAA, thanks very much for sharing your exciting discovery with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.